You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung. Which of you broads likes to suck dick the most? You're like, what the fuck?
Somebody at home, no doubt, putting a gun in their mouth right now. And they're right to do it.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
So I said, motherfucker, I got a lot of child porn. I'm going to need 2 terabytes.
I'm not sure that's...
What? Oh, hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Tell Him Steve Dave. Wait, I think we're going to leave you hanging and not give you a Christmas Eve?
But in this scenario where you have a lot of child porn, who are you talking to? Are you at Best Buy buying a larger drive?
Well, I was just pretending I was in the middle of a conversation with you. Yeah.
Oh, with me? Oh, I'm the other guy?
Yeah.
All right, I said, yeah, but...
Like, you're recommending that I only get like 500 gigs as opposed to a terabyte, and I'm like, what are you, fucking stupid? Do you know how much child pornography I have?
It's just a weird setup.
All right. Yes.
Here we are.
So much to talk about.
Yeah, what do you got?
Oh, Steve Harvey fucked up Miss whomever.
Yeah.
Miss Universe, was it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's one of the, I mean,
one of the ladies.
Is this just a sign that we need to finally just do away with the ridiculous and outdated and totally politically incorrect beauty pageant?
I don't think
is this the final nail in the coffin to be finally like?
No, they just signed Harvey to like a 3-year deal.
Why are we still doing this? Why are we judging women upon their appearance?
Well, we do it every day otherwise. I mean, this is just they're on a stage instead.
But I mean,
it is strange. It is a very strange, outdated sort. Like, this is shit that they were doing like in Atlantic City in 1930. And people are still like, no, let's keep doing it. In fact, let's have more pageants. It is a very fucking odd sort of outdated notion. You're right. And this was Miss Universe, so I guess it was like he's like Miss Columbia won. Oh shit! I mean, sorry. The Miss Philippines one. Is that the worst moment in your life if you're Miss Columbia? Or like everything you've been working
think about
to?
It. You lived in Columbia up to that point, so it's probably not the worst point.
Right. It's probably not even the worst thing that day.
USA.
We're the best country in the world. We got nothing to compare it to. We're the best country in the world. It's undoubtedly better than Colombia, I'm sure. Miss USA. When's
the last time Miss USA probably won the Miss Universe? I'm sure there's not a chance there's not a chance that Miss USA has in the last, like, especially now,
and especially because
she's got to be a fucker from another planet now to try to win the Miss Universe contest.
Like literally another universe.
The rest of the world hates us. You know, they definitely don't want to see us win another beauty pageant.
And it's going to be, we've won too many. We're too handsome and beautiful in this country. The other people, like Colombia's like, every year it's a gimme. This is bullshit.
I'm going to state that it's been over 30 years since Miss America has won a Miss Universe.
No, you'd be wrong.
Really?
2012 Miss Universe, Olivia Culpo, USA.
No, what does she look like? Is she blonde and statuesque? And
no, she doesn't look particularly like the All-American type.
Oh, wow, she's pretty, huh?
Yeah.
Miss Rhode Island.
You know what? I was wrong. Yeah. And so it is. I guess we're not. My standing in the world may not be. Wow, 2012. That's even after Iraq.
Yeah. Well, this goes by how good the girls are, man. Nobody cares about politics.
It's not politics.
That's why
you're fucking living in fucking Oz.
And in 1997, that's why we need this contest more than ever, because it puts aside petty politics and concentrates on what's important. How's her tits?
You know what? You just schooled me.
Yeah. They're going to fire Steve Harvey. Sign you to a 20-year contract.
There she is, Miss
America, of course.
No, universe.
Oh yeah, universe. I'm sorry, I fucked up. Anyway, which of you broads likes to suck dick the most? I'll crown you, bitch. But it's not all peaches and cream in the world of pageants, Walt. They just had a Miss Iraq as well. Did you see that? There were 200 entrants, and these fucking, I guess, uber religious guys, shall we say, are sending death threats
to Miss Iraq.
To Miss Iraq, don't you dare compete in Miss Iraq.
In Iraq,
it's a blight on our country. It's a blight on our religion. It eventually got down to 10 contestants, but 200 were scheduled to compete, I guess. And they threatened basically almost like 95% into submission, but there were 10.
There was five. There was 5. There were like, or 10. There
10
were like,
people that were like,
off.
Well, that's all part of being
pretty
Miss
is
Iraq.
more important than being alive. I want to be judged, motherfuckers. But I mean, what kind of like? I remember. This is a while ago. This is when I worked at Stash West, and this was actually maybe that I was aware of my first exposure to a Muslim person. It was these transfer students, these like visiting students, and this guy was from Saudi Arabia, and I like at the time, very interested in other countries, like
not now though,
like not really, not traveling. No, I mean not traveling to other places.
I closed my mind a lot.
Yeah, USA.
At the time, I was interested in other cultures.
After talking to this schmuck, but he was extolling like how great it was to
we're recording,
to
right?
repress. Yeah,
you sure?
I'm 100% sure. I'm watching it count down. To repress women. He was like, as a guy, he's like, it's fucking awesome. He didn't curse. He goes, it's awesome. Like you get chauffeured around by your mother.
Hey,
I'm like, hey,
I did it until almost I was almost 35.
I was like, I think Walt's a Muslim.
I didn't get my license until I was a late bloomer, so my mom chauffeured me around.
Yeah, look, he's my special boy. He needs a ride to his wedding. This guy was like, he was going on and on about like all these different ways to like sort of keep women in their place.
Subjugate?
Yeah, subjugate, exactly. And I said, well, what's with that? I didn't even know the word for it at the time. I said, well, what's with covering them up? The burqa,
okay.
And he was just like, hey, like business as usual. I said,
I don't believe this conversation ever happened.
I swear to God.
The way he's just filling it. He's like, hey, business as usual.
I mean, no, that's not what he said, but it was just like, that's the way it is for them. And my hand to God, I said this. I said, it seems kind of gay. And his fucking face dropped to the ground.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, why would you want to cover your women up?
Right.
I said, it just seems kind of gay to me. And he
you
got
meant gay
pissed.
as in a way, not like as like, because back then you could have said gay as it was corny, not today.
Right.
But now if you say it's kind of gay, it means that they're right?
Yeah. I was like, it seems like you're sucking other guys' cocks to me.
No, I didn't want to be that blatant or that explicit.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I would argue that like today gay means corny, right? Like I would never be like, really?
I don't think you're.
I would never be like, oh, look at those two.
No,
like,
that's not the phrase you should use anymore.
What do I gotta use
something's
now?
corny.
Just use corny? Oh, really?
Yeah, like Q with his bag of corn right here.
Yeah.
Somebody sent Q a Christmas.
Yeah,
corn, right?
I got a Christmas gift from an aunt. Hold on, from Joe Mastrangelo. Mastrangelo?
How about from Joe?
Yeah, from Joe.
A loyal aunt
Joe
named
the
Joe.
popcorn guy.
Yeah, he sent me some because I guess I mentioned like a popcorn. He sent me a bag Amazon box today of popcorn.
Nice.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Joe.
Actually,
Mushroom popcorn. What's that?
I think it's just a shape. I don't know. But I appreciate
Like
it.
little cockheads.
It cheered up my day a
Gayest
little bit.
popcorn in town.
Oh, you had a rough day?
No, I'm having a good day, and it made it even
better. Huh?
even better. Yeah, yeah. It felt good. Thank you.
So you haven't gotten schlonged all day?
Schlonged?
Yeah. Are you not aware of this expression?
No, what's that mean?
You hear this one?
No. Well,
I had not heard it either.
For me, you hear the word schlong. What do you think, Hugh?
I hear you like fucked up the ass.
No.
Right. Something gay, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem with you two. You guys are fucking dinosaurs.
Wait, a schlong.
Schlong, I think of
But a schlong is
a
like
male member.
Man. Yeah, that's what I mean.
But
why do you automatically assume it's in your ass?
Because if I got schlonged, where do I not want a schlong?
I just thought it meant you whipped it out.
Wait, what?
You got
Does that mean you got bones?
They just show it to you. Look, you just
but
got
I can handle
schlonged.
that. That's fine.
Oh, like you're walking down the street and all of a sudden some guy's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I can handle that. But if he then fucking puts it in me, then that's where the problems start for me.
Right. Okay.
Because
apparently Trump thought that it meant like, I think what Trump meant was like she got, because it was in reference to Hillary Clinton, and she got, I think what he meant was she got shellacked, not schlonged.
Okay.
Shellacked meaning like she took a beating?
She took a beating, right, because that's, and not like a physical beating.
Yeah, like a beating in some sort of primary or
something
sort of.
like that, right.
Yeah.
Or the
polls.
The polls, or what's the other thing called? The debates, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever he was talking. But
She got schlonged.
She got schlonged, which I thought was
poor
like,
choice of words.
I thought it was kind of funny. I'm like, here's a guy who's like, he's misusing a word and doesn't even realize it. But then we'll be like, no, this is what it means. Even though everyone's like, that's not what it means. But like the Hillary fucking campaign just grabbed onto it. They're like, he's misogynist, he's hateful, he's this, he's that. And it's like, well you don't even need the schlong to say that. Right. Yeah, like you've already got that.
Did they have to go on? And when they were like, well, why is he? Because he used the word schlong. Then they're like, well, what does that mean? Did they put them on the spot to be like, what does it mean to them?
Yes.
Okay. What did they explain it as? Why was it?
Like Q and not so many words.
Really? They said that it means having a thing in your...
Getting a schlong tossed your way that may be unappreciated. But I said, like, look, I think the guy is like, I mean, he talks so much gibberish and bullshit. Right. Eventually, you're just going to say something stupid, as we've proven time and time again, even today on this show. But they really latched onto it. And then you said something about something else backfired on old Hillary.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys...
I hadn't heard about this.
There was her campaign had the idea to compare Hillary on a social media format to like compare her to they were trying to appeal to the Spanish population, and there was like Hillary is like your, I can't remember the word, but it's a Spanish word.
Abuela.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hillary is like your abuela, your grandmother. And apparently,
it's an odd choice,
right?
But apparently, the internet and a lot of people were not happy, and they started to tell the campaign and Hillary how unlike their grandmother is to Hillary in terms of privilege. And
right,
it's like telling black people, like, Hillary's just like your mom, who's really your grandma, but you don't know.
Let's talk about Star Wars. He's out to fucking end it all, I think, today.
just fucking around. 7 ways Hillary Clinton is just like your abuela.
Abuela.
She reads to you before bedtime. Like, what the fuck?
That's her part?
Is that really something that was part of the list?
On the list were items such as she reads to you before bedtime, and she had one word for Donald Trump. Basta. Enough.
Does that mean bastard?
No, enough. It means
so
enough.
She's trying to like appeal to the Latino crowd by speaking their language?
Do you need to even win the Latino crowd if you're running against Trump?
Do you? His first fucking statement was, "You're all rapists." Yeah.
I mean,
she's got it locked down already.
Yes, don't make any more mistakes you don't need to make. Stop comparing yourself to.
Calm down, abuela.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
Oh, God, Basta is not a commonly used expression. Like, whose idea was it? Who's like
somebody in her campaign headquarters had the idea. And, obviously not thinking that it could be a PR nightmare as people start to list the In numerous ways. That's
my
right word.
abuela suffered poverty, abusive husbands, and dictatorships. Hillary wears designer pantsuits. My abuela worked as a meat cutter in a packing house until she was 66 years old.
My grandmother doesn't get $100,000 to speak for a half hour out of college.
Right.
Yeah, she wouldn't support the deportation of Central American child migrants. Does Hillary?
On the upside, my abuela's husband did sleep around, so that's kind of similar.
Your abuela's husband did?
No, but I'm assuming somebody's abuela's husband.
Both
my grandfathers were in World War II, so I'm assuming they definitely fucked around.
You mean you're doing a Bill Clinton commentary?
Slick Willie?
I mean,
really, you think your grandfather was out there banging Fraulines?
Both of them were separated from my grandmothers for years. So I have
Did they reconcile?
Yeah, of course. After the war.
Well, they were separated simply.
Oh, you mean because of the war?
Because of the war, yeah. They were over there, man.
Do you think, why? You don't think that you would have the
well, I don't know if I would see the point as a 21-year-old kid to not...
Who probably got married 2 months before you left.
Get shot in the face any given day. I don't think I'd be like, I got to save myself. For my abuela. For Brian's abuela.
So you're saying that you probably would succumb?
Yeah, I just think that your first weekend off, you know what I mean? You're in Paris, you just liberated it. Everybody's
all
excited.
Those hot French broads.
Yeah, I think you go for it. Maybe I have a half French cousin out there.
Probably.
How would you? What would be the equivalent of what's a French name?
I don't know.
Like Fifi.
Well, like Quinn.
Well, no, they'd probably take their mother's name because there's no way my grandfather.
Well, they're probably going to
stick around. Yeah, it's just like a Quinn. nice work.
So there you go.
Wow. So Latinos, yeah. You had them and then you lost them.
Well, I doubt that's enough to drive them over to the Trump side.
Yeah. Chinese state media hits back at claims of a racist Star Wars poster. So this will bring us in the Star Wars wall. And if you don't want to hear Star Wars stuff,
I've been having a rough ride with the Star Wars opinion, man. Nobody's with me on this.
Chinese state media hits back at claims of racist Star Wars poster.
Let me see what's racist.
Well, here's the...
Oh, well, they took off the black guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
Where'd he go? No black guy. What's his name? Kylo Ren seems more prominent.
They just took him off.
The black dude is literally... Well, they also took off... who's us down here?
Who's who?
This guy.
That's a female stormtrooper.
No, the female stormtrooper is still there.
Right.
This guy in the orange...
BB-8?
No.
Poe. Yeah.
Poe, his name is?
Yeah.
They took Poe off.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the black guy's the main guy. That is fucked up. Chinese state media has hit back against claims that the poster for Star Wars and Force Awakens using mainland China deliberately leaves out or downplays characters of color. Yeah, Chinese don't like it either. All right. Missing is the Chewbacca, the Wookiee. He's also missing. They don't like Wookiees.
Wow.
A tweeter called the poster profoundly wrong.
Oh, who cares?
A representative for Disney would not comment on the matter. I saw there was literally a story about at the ArcLight in LA. Great fucking theater, but I guess something happened where there was a jump, like the movie stopped, and then for some reason, I guess it's a digital print, it jumped ahead 20 minutes.
Oh.
And it said everybody
20 minutes?
Yeah, it said everybody goes crazy in the theater, and I'm like, this is a story on CNN. This is like a main story on CNN.
Star Wars mania, baby.
This is a fucking anecdote,
dude. We're talking about if we're going to talk about Star Wars.
Yes.
I want to just ask you one thing though to digest before we start.
Okay.
I just read in the paper today that a man was arrested for threatening the life of another kid for telling him spoilers about Star Wars. He sent him a video with a gun in his hand, saying, "If you post any spoilers on your Facebook, I'm going to come to your school and shoot you."
Jesus.
Yeah, so, thankfully, I got out on bail in time to tell him Steve Dave today.
So I mean, I don't want to.
You didn't see it?
No, I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's tread lightly if we're going to go there.
Right. Yeah, they could show up at the stand.
No.
Yeah, because I'm the only one. I'm on the front lines. No one's going to fucking take a shot at your fucking
We
head.
have to say
they need special credits to like little lanyards and shit to get the Joker.
Declan has said that he could take any Star Wars talking points and put it at the end of the episode.
No. People gotta not listen to the episode unless they've seen Star Wars.
Yeah, or wait until you've seen it.
Yeah.
Wait until you see it.
Who hasn't seen Star Wars?
You know now. You know now that that we're going to talk about it. So you've been given fair warning. Yeah.
Okay.
People are like, "What the fuck? The black guy's not on the Chinese poster." Thanks for the spoiler alert.
I'm going to kill Flanagan at the stash.
I'm going to what kind of sick maniac is like? I'm going to come to your school and shoot you.
I'm sure he was. He didn't mean it, right? He's probably.
Well, he posted a video. And the kid.
I'm sure he was joking, but you can't joke like that.
In this day and age,
that's a knee slapper going through a school and fucking gunning kids down.
So, Q, you saw it.
Yeah, well, I texted you guys that night, right?
No, you didn't.
Sure.
I didn't hear. No, you didn't.
I think you texted me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because we were.
And I was waiting for you because you told me I'll go text you after she started, and you didn't include me.
Oh, usually I just text the both of you now.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything, so I thought maybe you had either you were into some sort of orgasmic.
Shit. Orgasmic.
Let
me read you the quote that I sent Brian mere fucking moments after.
So this is how soon after you saw it?
I mean, may the credits probably still rolling.
Okay.
I wrote no, I did both of you guys.
No, you didn't.
All right.
No, I got my phone right here, bro. I did not hear hide nor hair from you.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. You definitely just sent it to me.
All right, what did I send?
You said, well-made movie, great until it wasn't, more bleak and depressing than Fight Club. I said I wouldn't have expected that. And you said, I don't think people realize yet how depressing it is.
Right.
Oh, I've heard. I didn't hear that or read that there, but I saw your meltdown online. So
I put a lot of stuff.
He's a gun in his hand making videos.
Wasn't a meltdown. I just
some would say that was the exact definition of an online meltdown.
I think a meltdown is like, I'm going to come to your school and shoot you. Not like kind of.
I was arguing with people because everybody was sucking its dick, and I was like, it's a slam. It's a fucking slam on the characters.
How so?
I was like, they took the happy ending of Jedi. I mean, my exact review was fuck this movie. That was it. That's what I wrote on Twitter, and then it all went from there. It was so depressing. I mean, let alone that Han Solo dies, which I never wanted to see in my life. But whatever, I get that that's the fucking that. Well, you're just gonna.
I had to ask Walt afterwards. I was like, why would they do that? And he's like, because he doesn't want to do it anymore. Like he's got that much money, I guess.
He doesn't want to do it anymore, and I get that they're just like.
Did he kind of look like old to you? Like he wasn't that young?
Well, he's 70-something.
Yeah, but I know. Like,
but does it do anything for you to see that though? To me, it's almost like I almost didn't want to see this. I don't want to see these characters.
I wanted them to already be dead.
Because it not only reminds me of how old they are,
yeah.
but it also fucking just reminds me like, holy shit, I'm old too now too. And it's just all it does is remind me that I'm limited on borrowed time too.
Yeah, but the only way around that is for actors to just stop acting at a certain point.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Didn't age a
no,
day.
just don't. There's no need to. Maybe there's just something to be said, but you don't need to revisit characters 30 years later.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. My problem
especially
was the backstory.
Hey, Han Solo.
She didn't look that bad.
This is how we talk now. Where's her son, Kylo Ren? Have you seen my denture cream?
I was super upset at the backstory they gave him. It really depressed me. All of them. I was like, they've taken every victory at the end of Jedi and completely thrown it out the window. I was like, Han Solo has spent at least the past few years of his fucking life wandering around broke and penniless and depressed and separate. They took the Millennium Falcon from him. That's horrible.
It's sitting in a junkyard.
It's sitting on a junkyard for years.
Yeah.
Sitting in a junkyard.
Who's they took it away from him?
Well, I'm guessing whoever made the movie.
Oh, you're actually okay. So you're blaming the writer then?
Who else would I blame?
All right, I didn't know how far into it. I don't know how far
that kid.
I don't know how far into it you are. Like I thought you were talking about maybe the quote unquote the whoever stole it in the movie or the storyline.
To me, I'm just like it complete. Like now, when you watch Jedi, you're like, all right, so this is what's going to happen. Luke's going to fuck up. He's going to get a bunch of kids killed, and he's going to go into hiding. R2-D2 is going to be so depressed he shuts down and fucking disappears, which means that 3PO misses him. Han Solo is going to spend his golden years wandering around space by himself.
Not by himself.
Chewbacca?
Who's now going to be really depressed.
What are you talking about? Oh, so who would you rather spend the rest of your life with? Brian? or a girl.
Brian's my Chewbacca?
Yeah.
I guess Brian. But my point is this, but it's like, but they were heroes.
You're going to get schlonged constantly.
I mean, they were heroes. He was a general. And it's like now he's just fucking wandering space.
Can I ask you a question?
As an old man, it's just so depressing.
Can I ask you a question?
He broke up a Leia, yeah.
What's the name of the movie?
Well, it's The Force Awakens.
No. What's the name of the movie, though? What's the name of the franchise?
Oh, you're saying War is Hell? Is that it?
What's the name?
Well, it's Star Wars.
Okay. At the end of Return of the Jedi, they're celebrating not the end of the war, but just celebrating a battle in a war.
Sure, I get that.
Okay, so it's Star Wars.
No, I get that.
Most people who fight a war their whole lives are not going to end up in a a sunny.
Sure, but you're telling me
popsicles and rainbows.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. I've had this argument with every single person. You're not giving me anything new.
This is just live Twitter.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to. I just got started.
Why I got to answer that? Let me answer that first. Like, there's a way. To me, it's just like
told you. Someone's actually used the analogy. Star Wars is war.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was coming with something.
God damn it! Take that shit out.
But to me, I'm just like, all right, that's fine. It's like I get that, and it's like I don't even have a problem with having his son going to the dark side. I don't have a problem with them killing Han, although I didn't like it.
Do you have a problem with the son not looking like either of them at all?
No, I'm fine with that too. To me,
Goldberg.
Well, he looked like Gene Simmons' son from Family Jewel.
Yeah, you're right. He looked just like him.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
his real son, Gene Simmons'
really?
real son, looks just like this actor.
All right.
He destroyed more electronics in fucking
that I liked. I thought that was fucking awesome.
Him
like he would just throw
no
like
control of his
tantrum.
emotions. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Go back to what you're
okay,
arguing.
so to me, it's just like the whole character of Han Solo was that in the first movie, right? He didn't give a shit. He's a smuggler. And then he runs.
He's
and then
smuggler.
And then he's not even that good at it, being a smuggler, because he keeps fucking dumping spice left and right. But then at the end of the first movie, his big arc is that he comes back and he saves everybody, right? Then the second movie starts with he's about to run again to pay Jabba off, and then he has to choose between saving Princess Leia or saving himself again. Once again, he makes a choice to stay with her. By the third movie comes...
Thanks, Sean.
By the time the third movie comes, he's like a hero. He's a hero. He's a general. He's the guy that he's supposed to be.
Right.
And then they fucking completely throw that out the window for this new movie. He's back to smuggling. He's bad at it again. He's broke. He doesn't
even have a ship to smuggle with.
It's fucking horrible. I'm just like, it's so depressing. Like, so it's like everything that they had. I get the war. I'm not even complaining that the Empire is back with a slightly different name and that they have another Death Star and nothing they did in the first three movies matters at fucking all at this point. Cause even Darth Vader's redemption meant nothing cause his fucking grandson is out there fucking still doing evil shit in his name. Like nothing matters. Every fucking single thing, every victory they did was just like pointless.
Did you think on the Death Star this time too? It's like, you've made it actually easier to blow it up.
It's so stupid. It's just, I was just so upset. And then people were just like, people were really coming at me on Twitter with what you were saying, which is like, oh, it's not all candy and rainbows. Like this is shit goes down in war.
This is war.
You've never been to war, Quinn.
I get it, but it's just
especially a war in space.
And I said to them, I said, look, if you want to see Han Solo depressed and broke and lonely and missing his ship and missing his kid and missing his wife, and that's the Han Solo you want, it's just like, good, you got him. Like then he gets it all back for one fucking day and then dies. I'm like, it's not what I want. It's like I thought the character deserved better. It was so depressing. It was literally the last 20 minutes of the movie I don't even remember. Cause I was so fucking angry the second they killed Han Solo. I'm like, so they just shit all over him and then brought him back for like 1.5 good day. And then his son kills him. It's just miserable, man.
And you saw the son. There's no doubt in your mind. You're like, of course he's going to fucking kill him.
Well, I was complaining to Matt Meyer, and he had the best line of all. He goes, they threw his body into the abyss, and then they blew up the abyss. Like, there's just no way to get that he's alive. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, it's
what does Chewbacca
and then
do now? Who's he hang out with?
He hangs out with the girl.
Oh, we're fucking girl power who could do everything that the situation demands.
Didn't you think that way too? Like in the original one, like Luke had this journey where he's like, okay, well, I'm a fucking farm boy and it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
Whereas this girl is immediately like, hey, check me out. I'm an awesome Jedi.
You need her to do.
Even though I had no, I didn't even know what the fuck it was.
Right.
So I couldn't possibly have had faith in it.
And
I'm fucking getting shit right and left.
I liked her. I liked her character. And I liked all the new guys. I liked them all.
Did I.
But I was just like, is there nothing she can't do in a fucking moment's notice? Like anything? I'm like, it's so fucking absurd. And I'm supposed to accept her ass and the fucking Millennium Falcon over Han Solo?
Well, ridiculous. Do you know who that girl is, right? My theory is
everybody's saying she's Luke's daughter.
Oh, I think it's Han's daughter.
I thought she was Miss Columbia.
Oh, that would be fucking cool if she was Han's daughter.
I think it's Han's daughter. I think that she was.
Maybe I'm all turned around on this.
Wait a minute. No, I'm still not.
I think that was her brother that she was fighting. Yeah. I think that Han and Leia had twins, and they separated, and they brought the girl twin to that planet and left her there.
Wow, why would they do that?
Because they did it to Luke.
Like a planet where she's like, I gotta fucking scavenge shit all day to get
I'm sure
this
that
fucking
wasn't the plan.
gross muffin.
Well, remember they had an Obi-Wan watching her in the desert.
Yeah, that was Max von Sydow.
You know what? If in the next movie they revealed that Han was watching over her,
that guy is still alive.
No. Oh, Max von Sydow died in the.
Well, in the movie, but the actor's still alive. Yeah. If you
just saw him,
he was just on screen. He was the guy.
CGI, man. What the fuck? That guy was like, wasn't he like 80 when he did The Exorcist?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So he's watching over. I would dig that because then it's like if Han knew that was his daughter and was watching over and left the Falcon there and stuff like that, so he made the choices. Then I'd be
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
I could live with that.
Because they always come in twins.
Right.
I think that was his daughter.
Well,
I think
Anakin
that she was fighting her brother. Huh?
Anakin wasn't a twin.
Well, Luke and Leia.
Well, that's not always comes in twins. That's once they keep the twins.
What did you think of a lot of the rehash?
Didn't bother me. The only time that I was just like,
you kept seeing the parallels. They kind of kept shoving it down your throat. Parallels from all the three movies being. I
could have done without the bar again, like the cantina with that old Yoda
waste, right?
stand-in. I was like, why are we watching this?
See, to me, if you're gonna rehash from the previous movies, why not rehash my favorite plot point? The ill-advised, uncomfortable, incestuous love triangle.
Make it more Back to the Future.
Why not bring that back? It was worked to perfection in the first three Star Wars movies. I was waiting for that. I was like, oh, one of these two is this is gonna turn out to be somebody's sister that they're macking on.
Yeah.
And it never happened. And I was so disappointed.
Schlong, Luke.
But it didn't strike you that shit was depressing? Like it just didn't hit you that way?
I got to be honest with you. After I saw the movie, I just didn't care.
You didn't care?
I didn't care because I'm like I didn't like it to the point where I could care enough. It was just like it is what it is.
Well, you said it outside the theater. You're just like going back and trying to there's just no possible way.
You can't do it. Everything that happened was organic in 1977. Yeah. Nobody was told to go outside and fucking line up around a block to watch a movie.
Right.
It all happened because we wanted it to happen. None of that shit was planned, and now every fucking minute detail is micromanaged and planned to the point where nothing is legitimate.
Right. Like, get that black guy off the poster.
There's so much put into it that everything is just pre-planned, by the studio. If we do this, the sheep will do this. If we throw it this here, the sheep will baa to this.
To the point where
they were baaing fucking all over social media. It was embarrassing.
Wow, I got fucking torn apart
by sheep. To the point where they have BB-8 oranges, in 77 things were merchandised afterwards because they had no idea.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, they want this shit. Okay, well, here, buy a card and we'll send you a toy in 6 months.
Yeah,
that's organic.
All right,
that's real. That's real popularity. This. And people are just invested in too much.
If you weren't in on it,
they don't like it because it's just too much love for it.
Yeah,
they've waited too long. There's been too much. It's like, okay, the last three sucked balls. JJ's going to turn it all around. And
it's definitely better than the prequels.
No, definitely. Really? I never saw the third one, but I liked it more than the first two.
I don't know if it's that much better. If you could, to me, they're all in the same kind of ozone.
At least it was no Jar Jar. There was no Jar Jar-esque character that you're like, holy fucking shit.
What would you give it on number-wise, Q?
Ooh. I guess I'd probably give it a 6.
Right.
Slightly better than average?
Yeah, I mean, I up until that they took away the chance for Han Solo to turn his life around, I was enjoying it. Like, I was into it. And then when they did that, I was like, oh, so he just dies miserable. That's fucking sucked.
And I'm not a hater though either, but you got to fucking the task that director, what's his name, J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
No human being alive could live up to the hype, the Mount Everest of hype. There's never been a movie more hyped and more anticipated in the history of film, I don't think. Nobody could turn in something that was going to live up to it.
To the point where if somebody said, well, we're going to let the original Star Wars director direct it, people would be like, get the fuck out of here!
I'm going to post a video of me saying I'm going to come to your school and shoot all Lucas's kids if he's fucking anywhere near that film.
Absolutely. Like, people would be like, fucking no way. Like, you have to give it to somebody else. Who do you give it to? You give it to JJ. Like, the only guy who has proven he can do big movies like that. Like, I mean, who else would you give it to?
If Spielberg was like, I'll direct it.
I don't even think he would touch it. Do you? He's smart enough to realize it's fucking no
He did took a fucking slam on the last Indiana Jones, so maybe. But I think the side movies are going to be more interesting. Like the Rogue One movies, all like the side story Star Wars. Those to me are like, there's so much less pressure there.
I think the pressure of bringing all those old characters back was just never going to be able to work. Because I don't know about you. Were you thinking that too? Like, were you sitting there going like, it was almost, you didn't want to see Han run the way he was running around that ship because he's kind of running like a
hobbling old man.
And did it make you feel like, wow, I'm old?
Oh, well, trust me, it didn't take Star Wars to make me feel that way.
But not only am I seeing him, I'm not thinking about how old he looks. I'm just thinking like, oh my God, I may not see the next Star Wars. You know,
I mean, calm down. Yeah. Next year.
I didn't think that.
But it could happen. We're at that age. We could drop dead tomorrow.
Statistically, like when you hit 50, like your chances of like my heart quadruples, man. Right. So but it's true. Yeah, it definitely, like as I was watching it, and like I said, I saw how old Han looked. I saw how old Leia looked, and like fucking stupid fucking Peter Mayhew had to put out those like pictures of her when she was 20, and you compare that to now, and you're just like, because you don't look in the mirror and really, like, you don't ever really examine yourself and think like, well, how did I look 30 years ago? Because for God's sake, if you did, you would be like, I'm going to jump off a bridge.
You know, I don't look as good as Han Solo looks right now.
No, and he's 30 years older than us.
Right. So I'm literally a fucking piece of dog shit wearing a t-shirt, sitting in a theater. And that's how good I felt about myself watching that movie, because all it does is remind me of how ancient I am. Yeah. It's a tough movie, and it's a tough.
And it's not just like looks. Like I've never been like, I'm going to coast on my looks. So getting older and looking older to me is like, well, fucking whatever. That doesn't really matter. But it's the more like they're being able to relate to older people shit and feeling older and like feeling like I'm sure with your daughters, you're just like, my niece went to the some fucking rock shit festival over at
Rock Fest.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. Some sort of festival. I can't remember what it's called. There's like 130 bands or whatever, and I knew 2 of them. And I'm like, how could I possibly be this out of touch with music? And it's like, because I remember, I mean, I'm listening to the same shit I listened to in 1985.
We shot a video for Jingle Ball. You know, that Z100 has that big concert.
Is that the one where you guys are dancing?
No.
I saw a video with like all 4 of you guys. You were wearing a Christmas sweater and you guys were like dancing and shit. You were like grooving and crap.
Well, whatever. I don't remember where we shot, but afterwards they were like, hey, do you guys want to come see the show? Backstage passes, you guys can watch the show from the side. And I looked at the list and I was like, I don't recognize, this is the hottest names in music right now. And I recognized one name and I was like, I guess I know who one of the Jonas Brothers are, but I couldn't tell you. Well, I went home. I was like, I just don't, I don't fucking know any, like I don't know a single person. I just got in a cab and went home.
You're like, I've metaphorically fucking been killed, fallen into an abyss, and they blew up the abyss.
It was such a great line from that.
Who'd you go see it with?
I saw her with my friend.
Same reaction as you?
She went with Stacy. She started crying when Han Solo died. Like
Sunday Jeff cried.
Lost it. Yeah.
Did he really?
Sunday Jeff was crying. I didn't want to say anything, but he started crying when the scroll came up and the words came up.
In the beginning?
In the beginning, he had big tears curling down his cheeks.
Kev's got a lot of competition these days.
When Han Solo died, she started crying hysterically. Yeah, you know, she's a girl.
Really? I looked at that and I was like, wow, that's fucked up that they killed him in this one because I didn't know he didn't want to come back. The scroll, I didn't cry. Like, if I were going to cry, it wouldn't have anything to do with the movie. It would have everything to do with, like, I remember my exact reaction, like, after seeing that movie. And it was a big fucking deal because Edgar went, and like, I can count on one hand the number of times I've ever gone to the movies with him. And we went all the way over to Seaview Square because it was a better theater and shit. And I don't know why I used the term, but I remember saying that movie was wicked out. I don't know what.
Wicked out?
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe I meant wicked.
Did he slap you?
Yeah. He was like, I'll put you through a wall, you asshole. Well, for you. He's like, no, it wasn't.
I thought maybe for using some slang.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you think you're hip, huh? You think you're hipper than your old man? Meanwhile, when Star Wars came out, Edgar, like, if I was 10, Edgar was probably only like 25 or something.
So, wow.
You know? No.
He was 15 when he had you?
Yeah, 35, sorry.
Wow, that's something.
I'm actually a little bit younger, yeah. He was like in his early 30s probably. Yeah, like way younger than me.
Yeah.
But that's nice, though. You have a nice memory, though. That's one, like, that, I imagine, I don't want to be presumptuous, but not say one of the few nice memories. But that's like, there's.
Presume away.
But that's a nice memory you have of just you and your dad doing something, huh?
Yeah, well, Pam was there, too.
Oh, Pam was there, too.
Yeah. I just remember that, like, that feeling inside of like vicariously feeling like alive and like, holy shit, that was so fucking cool. Like, there is nothing I know for a fact the rest of my life I will ever see that I'll be like, I could go to fucking space myself and not be like, that is so fucking cool. You know what I mean?
Well, your brain is gone through a lot.
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah,
continues to go through a lot.
Day's not even over. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't have those feelings though, like Sunday Jeff must have, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I didn't get too excited about it. Remember, I was reserved because it sort of tempered.
I had that mode of. I've been in that mode since Phantom Menace, though, where I can't get excited for a Star Wars movie. I don't care who's in it or who's making it.
They took Han Solo from the Millennium Falcon. I'm like, what the fuck? Like the most constant thing that should have been was him and Chewie in the Millennium Falcon this whole time.
What is strange too, like you say, is this is a girl who all she does is scavenge parts, and it's like I can probably fly this.
Oh, I could fly.
And I can fly that.
Fight with a bow staff. I could fight with a lightsaber. I could fucking. I never even heard of the Jedi mind trick, but I could do it on this stormtrooper. Mm-hmm. It's just like, dude.
Whereas the black guy seemed, I don't know his name. Finn. Yeah, he seemed more real to me. Like he seemed more like he was stumbling his way through, like a guy who was like, well, I don't want to do this shit. This is fucked up. I got my friend's blood all over me.
Right.
Like I'm going to now stumble my way through, like, going from being a number to being a person with real feelings and do the right thing. Yeah. Like he had way more of a character arc, I felt, than she did.
It should have been more about that transformation.
Right. I mean, my only argument with that was, and this is nothing in comparison to turning fucking Han Solo into a deadbeat dad who fucking ignores his kids, was like, all right, so he's a brainwashed stormtrooper, and like at moment one he's making jokes. Like there was none of that like I've been brainwashed since I was a baby.
He had too much of a personality.
I would have liked to see that personality come as the movie went along, because he came he
come out of his shell a little bit slower.
Right.
And then you would be like Hitler Youth. There was
none of that. And then the second he sees Rey getting beat up by those guys, he rushes over to help her. And then she saves herself, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I get it. And then it was like, don't hold my hand. I know how to run. Then I was like, don't hold my hand again. I know how to run. And I'm like, we have a pilot. I'm a pilot. I'm like, oh,
you get beaten over the head with it.
Yeah. I'm like, I got it, man. Like, I didn't even think about it until you fucking assholes kept pointing it out. I get it. She's competent 20-something-year-old girl who could do everything.
You know what? I don't know if you guys have ever watched it, but you want the best movie I've ever seen in terms of not shoving that down your throat and never once, placating or making some sort of political statement is The Hunger Games. That main character, you never once think like, oh, that's a girl doing it. That's a great character.
Right.
Regardless.
You saw the Hunger Games?
Oh, I love them.
Really?
I love every episode of the Hunger Games. I went opening week to the Hunger Games, every one.
Why? Well, your daughter, I'm assuming.
Did you see the first one?
Dragged me to the first one.
No.
The first one's... I only saw the first one. It was really good.
And the first one blew me out of the theater.
So
way better than Star Wars.
When I read the synopsis, I was like, well, this is just a ripoff of that Japanese movie.
Yeah, but it was pretty good.
But the growth and the characterization of the Cadmus character...
That's Jennifer Lawrence?
I don't know what
the
girl? Actress's name is.
She's good. She's really good.
Excellent. Yeah. Everybody, I mean, there isn't a joke. I don't know how many movies. Was that 5 movies, 4 movies?
I think 4.
There's not a joke in the whole movie. And I know that, like, for some people, they're like, well, I don't want to say but it's just done with such
They took it seriously.
So well done. I love it. I know people are going like, I know your eyebrow raised, and I said, I don't know why.
I thought it was like Twilight. I'm like,
I thought so too. That's why I was like, if all the girls in my daughter's class want to see this, it has to be some sort of Twilight movie. It's nothing like that. It's the most mentally tormenting movie, like in terms of like watching these kids realize they're living on borrowed time till they have to go kill each other.
Right. Well, it's Lord of the Flies, essentially, right?
No. Yeah. I mean, the first movie is,
but like, you know, and the some kids get it. Like, you know, like, wow, I'm going to have to kill this person. Am I going to die?
There's like a vicious 13-year-old girl death in it where you're like, I can't believe they put that in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, she gets schlonged to death.
Whoa. That's a movie for me. Add that to my fucking hard drive.
It's good. I mean, if I could recommend it to you, to anybody listening. Yeah, I know there may be like I'm not. That's not a movie for me. That's a tween movie.
That's exactly what I would have thought. I really thought it was like, all right, now these are fucking sparkly werewolves or some bullshit.
The dude who was in the Body Snatch, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the remake in the 70s.
Oh, Donald Sutherland?
So good in it.
Yeah, really? He's like the main bad guy.
You hate him. He's the perfect villain.
Maze Runner was pretty good too, and that was like...
I didn't see that. It was kind of like the same kind of like, they're playing on that kind of like popularity to get kids to go see that movie.
But it was still kind of good. But yeah, there was none of that like, she's a girl power.
No, none, and you don't need it.
Just got on with it.
Because he's so well done, a character so well rounded, you don't have time to be like beat over the head with that.
Right.
Yeah. I did think the opening scene in Star Wars was interesting from a like a historical perspective of like, if you think of like Saving Private Ryan when they stormed like on D-Day, like they came in and on those ships and the fucking metal plate went down and then they just start getting blown away.
Yeah.
It looked just like that, and the fire troopers, like they used to do.
It was cool.
You know?
They had cool shit, man.
Yeah. I agreed with you though, Walt. Like the fights in the daytime, just like they seemed weird.
Don't look right,
they seemed lacking something. Yeah, they looked
like
strange.
Under a blue sky. All the fighters.
I didn't
and stuff.
notice that.
Like the lasers didn't show up as well.
But the laser fight in the snow looked fucking phenomenal, right?
Where was that?
At the end, when Finn has the lightsaber and he's fighting Kit.
Is that after Solo died?
Yeah. When you were pacing angrily in the back of the theater.
I'm not even fucking kidding. I don't have a memory.
Well, you had like some sort of you went out of body experience.
I got so angry. Basically,
you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have agreed to that. That sounds so bad.
Fuck that. I was angry. I don't remember that.
People do. People have out of body experiences for a lot more horrible shit than a fake fucking Star Wars movie went down.
They develop personality disorders over it.
Oh, what kind of psyche?
Repeatedly molested for years as a child. Han Solo's dead.
That's their fucking problem, bro. I got my own set of problems.
They raped my childhood.
I don't remember. I barely remember the lightsaber fight with her and him.
I love how you fucking lead them into it, and it's like, you scumbag.
We saw me, Brian, Sunday, Jeff, and Gidim went.
It was a get him weekend for this guy.
Yeah, you went to the hockey game with him.
I gotta tell you right now, Gidim's my ex-licklier. What's it called? That thing that makes you young.
Oh, elixir?
Yeah, he definitely.
He's your fountain of youth. The guy's fucking like 6 months younger than you.
He just brings. He brings a
Is it because physically
energy.
He's doing worse than you, and he's younger than you? Is that why you just feel younger in his presence?
No, he's just.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel like spring has sprung.
He's just got. He's a ball of energy.
Yeah.
He's got a great attitude.
Right. Do you want a different head mic? That thing is like the limpest dick ever. It's like hanging off your head.
He's just got a lot of. He's got a lot of moxie, and I like hanging out with him. Yeah, he's definitely the. He's now one of my go-to guy now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I don't see anything wrong with that. He's a good guy.
Like I said years ago when I first met him, I could see us
move this
out.
couch. It's now to turn into move this couch, and I guess you can come to the movies.
He's a guy I could have seen myself hanging out with 24/7.
Why do you gotta oversell it? Why do you gotta fucking you were doing so great? Hey, sir, why? I wish I could marry him. I want to spend more time with him than my wife and kids.
You didn't let me finish. You cut me off. Remember when I said when I first met him, like if I wasn't married and I didn't have a family, I could see us hanging out constantly.
Yeah,
because we were into the same things, going to flea markets and stuff. It's on record. You can go back and listen to the old Tom Steve Daves.
Yeah, I also remember you ridiculing him for going there 16 hours a day, and you're like, "You've got to change your life, you fucking loser."
No, he's not wrong about that.
No, I know because I know that in his heart, I bet you he'd rather be doing something else. He just doesn't have anything else to do at that point. He does now.
I think the evolution of Get Him has been kind of interesting to watch, right? Like, you've seen him go through like a few relationships and like get a little bit stronger, like as a person. Yeah. Like he's not getting his teeth knocked out and being like, whatever you think, honey, I've got to buy a new pool toy. He's fun to talk to. Right? Yeah, he is a good guy. Like as annoying as he may be on the show to some people.
Yeah, some people hate him, but you people that hate him, I got news for you. He's better than you.
They're like, what the fuck?
Somebody at home, no doubt, putting a gun in their mouth right now. And they're right to do
it. Fucking get them. What, are you all prepared for Christmas? Well, have you bought everything? You spend a lot? Spend a lot on your family?
I would say I spent a little bit more than the average person can afford to. I'm working a couple different jobs. I can afford to now spend a little bit more. So I got my girls what they were asking for, and they don't ask for a lot. I mean,
matching lotuses.
They don't really ask for a lot. So if they wanted a few things that were on the high end.
Number one, can you stay home when we go to see the next Hunger Games?
I got fucked up because I fucked up. I told them that this is why I'm wearing a hat too, because they were teasing me because my hair was gray. They were like, because I was put on a shirt or something. I said, look how young I look wearing this shirt. And they're like, yeah, you look so young with all that gray hair. So I said, and they had just brought hair dye. They wanted to dye their hair black. So I said, I'm doing it too. And
don't they have black hair?
Yeah, they dye their hair black and they love it. So I was like, I'm dyeing my hair black too. And I did it. And they were mortified.
That's a change.
When I came out now, but I'm afraid to wear it because now I know when I go to work, people are going to be like, what the fuck?
But you did it on purpose just to fuck
I dyed my hair black to fuck with them because I came out and I was like, well, I bet you don't even recognize Dad now, huh?
They're like, Mike Zapsik, what are you doing here?
That's why I've been forced to wear a hat because I just don't feel like answering the question. It's like all of a sudden I come to work one day with jet black hair.
That's pretty fucking funny. But I thought don't they have naturally black hair anyway? Like Caitlin's hair is really dark.
That's
right?
That's the thing I talked to my wife about because my wife's like, no, you're not dyeing your hair black. You're not doing it. Not when you're out of school in the summertime. You can do it. You're not going to do it. No daughter of mine's dyeing her hair black. And I'm like, it's a shade lighter than black. Normally, I go, who's going to really notice? Only they really notice.
Yeah.
Nobody else notices.
It's not like pink streaks or something.
Right. It's just black. To me, I'm like, I don't get it. And so I was like, yeah, just let them dye their hair black. And they did. And so, but to get back at them, so did I.
Did it teach him a lesson?
To show him that it ain't all what it's cracked up to be. Anybody can do it.
So did you boast that it took like 20 years off you? And shit?
Yeah, oh yeah. I kept walking around. I would stop and I look in the mirror like, oh man, who's that? Oh, that's me.
They're in a constant state of torment in their own home.
Like, so what I'm reading here is your children enjoyed something. And you were like, how do I take this from them?
No, I want to take it from them. Well, I wouldn't have if they just wouldn't kept talking about how gray my hair was.
Right.
Yeah, if they didn't need to learn a lesson.
But then what do you got? What do you got planned for Christmas?
Not a lot going to Pam's house.
Did you spend a lot on Sage?
I
heard you did.
It's
bought her a gun.
Yeah. Like anybody talk shit about Star Wars, you know what to do. Well, I got to put a fucking a note out to Dick's Sporting Goods, right? This is just my advice from what I observed. Don't put your angriest employee in charge of the ammunition section. It was unreal how fucking pissed this guy was. Like some old dude. And I bought rifle ammunition. My nephew has a rifle, so I got him a couple of boxes for Christmas. And
how old do you have to be to own a rifle?
18.
Is he 18?
He's 19.
Okay.
Yeah. So I go to pay and I go to the register.
Can I just don't lose your train of thought before I forget it though. Do you think it's weird that you're not legally allowed to drink, but you can legally own a gun?
I think that's pretty weird.
Right?
Yeah.
I guess it's probably good that they keep them apart, right? Though.
Yeah,
by at least 3 years.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty good that they don't allow drinking and.
But you bring
that's this state though. There's other states where I'm sure it's different.
Okay, all right, sorry.
That's all right. But holy shit, was this guy? I went to the register where I thought I was going to pay, and he goes, "Here." He just yells here, like he's on the other side of the counter. And he then I didn't say anything because I'm like, I want to see how far he's going to go in being like the surliest grunt. Like he's me if I had to work at Dick's Sporting Goods, you know? But I was like, holy shit, put him in charge of ladies' socks. Get him away from the guns and shit. It's weird. Cause they sell rifles and shotguns and all that. They sell handguns, but holy fuck. Just that, err on the side of caution, Dick's Sporting Goods. But I went to an aunt who I want to look up his Anderson
special
counsel.
Thank you to an aunt who helped you out, right? And
with
the aunt who sent you the
fucking
popcorn.
Yeah, I got popcorn.
Big time. This guy helped me out because I thought I was telling Walt that Sage wanted what is it? Barbie Dreamhouse.
Okay, that's still a thing.
It's still a thing. Now, I remember my sister having this. So you're talking 40 years ago. So it doesn't occur to me that this is going to be an item that's hard to secure, right? That the country has to be lousy with these things.
Sure.
50-mile radius around where I live, not one fucking Barbie Dreamhouse. Now, in all fairness, I procrastinated. Amazon, it was almost $400. I could have gotten one from Canada that was $200, but then $150 in shipping. And I was like, fucking A. But if it came down to it, I'm like, I got to spend the money. What can I do? This is the thing. I mean, she asked for a ton of shit, but this is the one thing she really wanted. So I just put it out on Twitter and, I never know anybody's real name, but yeah, 4C Anderson Counsel on Twitter. Yeah, he came through. He works at a Walmart in California.
Oh, wow.
And it came today. So, I was extremely grateful. I got to do something for him and he and his wife. But then I went, she asked for a bunch of different stuff and it's all, and I'm like, we're fucking idiots, man. I spent $300. I think us at this table, we should go into toy making. You're talking about I spent $300 on plastic. There wasn't one piece of anything that she got that wasn't fucking plastic. Legos, Littlest Pet Shop stuff. Oh no, that's not true. I also got her 50 Matchbox car set because she loves Matchbox. So okay, there's some fucking metal. Probably fucking recycled remains of 9/11 towers and shit, right? Because all that shit goes over to China and they remake it.
What'd you get, Suzanne?
Her, I got a laptop. I got her.
Whoa!
I have a couple different jobs.
Baby.
Yeah, I was like, take this laptop and fucking contact some other guys on fucking social media behind my back. I'll be over here. Yeah, love ya. You make me feel so young.
Maybe you should date get him.
Yeah, I mean, she's really, it's a lot, but really it's the only thing she wanted. And like, every year that come, like my mother's like, what do you want? And I resent that question. I'm like, fucking think of something, man.
I don't resent it, but I understand that feeling of like, come on, don't put me on the spot.
Right.
Don't put me on. If you want to get me something, just get me like something small. You don't have to worry about it. Like even like if you have to get me something, you don't even have to. Just give me like a $10 gift card to like a pizza place in town or something.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm rich. I'm on TV. I got TV money. I don't need you anymore. No, but really, yeah, it's like, I hate the onus being placed on me for like, okay, so now I got to think of my own Christmas gift so you can just pay for it. Like, yeah, I don't need anything. And like, that's what I find is like, as every year passes, I'm like, I'm not being a martyr. I'm being sincere. Like, I really don't want anything.
I say that to my entire family. I'm like, do not get me anything. I don't need it.
That's why I was like,
do they listen?
They do. They've started to, yeah.
What do you think this year they'll listen again?
Well, my holidays we already had our Christmas. My holidays are over.
What do you mean?
Because of our schedule this year, the whole family, we got together this past weekend and had our Christmas. So
you guys just like pretend it was Christmas?
Well, we didn't pretend it was Christmas, but we just celebrated Christmas.
You did.
It was the only time we could all get together, so we exchanged gifts and everything like that, yeah.
Anything good, or did the family adhere to?
No, they adhered.
Fuck this.
It was good. I buy everything I want when I want it. You know what I mean? So.
Isn't that the like? That's. Yeah. I've been trying to keep that in mind more because like whenever we go out and like I remember when your kids were young, like you would go out if you went to the mall. They're like, hey, I want this. You'd be like, my mom did it for me, so I'm going to do it for them. Like, you would get them a toy. And it got to the point where she had like so much shit. I mean, I'm not kidding around. She probably has like 60 ponies, like My Little Pony ponies, to the point where like, I'm like, give some of these away. Like, give some of these away to other kids or whatever, What, My Little Pony?
I look them up on eBay for a giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Some of those ponies are old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked up some of
Really?
Alicia's ponies.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to talk her into
selling them to you at a cut rate.
Dad had at those ponies.
Yeah, these are for kids, right?
Retired.
Really, retired ponies.
Too old for these ponies, right?
Look at you with your black hair.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't need this.
You're almost driving. You don't need these.
Get him to your old pa with his gray hair. But yeah, she has so much shit that I'm like, she can't possibly, like, she doesn't play with it all. She has like a select, just like TV, just like she has a select number of things that she uses, and the rest of this shit, I'm like,
just like every other child.
Yeah.
Certain things come out of the closet more than others, and others stay in there and never get looked at.
But you know what? I would have tossed like Thomas the Train, but like just yesterday, she's like, hey, I want to play with Thomas the Train. And I'm like, really? And she wants more shit for Thomas the Train, which is really fucking expensive. I'm like, I don't know. Stick to the plastic.
Well, it sounds like you're anticipating Christmas, though. It sounds like you're
for her. Yeah,
that's good, though.
Yeah, I on a personal level, I could completely do without it. Oh my god, I went out today.
That's what everybody needs to do. If they're feeling that way, they got to find a reason to look forward to it. If that reason is somebody else's pleasure, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I said to Q, we had dinner a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, and I said I've come to terms with like I will never in my lifetime be happy. So the next best thing is making her happy. Because
I think I told you that on episode 2.
Yeah, you take a lot of credit for shit today.
I always do.
But well, you were right. I'm just like it's. Because she does. She gets genuinely excited and she's fucking grateful. That's what I love about her is she's genuinely, like, she doesn't rip through it and go to a next present. Like, she's grateful. She'll, like, sit there and look at the one thing. And she's like, thank you, Dad. She's a fucking good kid. I feel like Sunday Jeff at the end of Star Wars.
Beginning of Star Wars.
I was only fucking with you. He never cried.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
I was trying to get Q to go. I cried too.
He did for a different reason, though. His fucking spirit fucking animal was crying.
Why did you feel the need to go to the internet and tell everybody what you felt, though?
Because sometimes you could eke out a good conversation on there. And
I find that not to be true.
I learned,
Every time I say something, I get attacked.
Yeah, I've learned not that I deleted all the tweets, all my Star Wars tweets. I don't want the Twitter thing to turn into like, this is what I'm doing and buy tickets for me here. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you want it to be in your perfect?
I mean, in a great world, just like, it's just like a fun, it was like, it used to be like a fun conversation here and there, but there's just too many people.
DM me your tits.
Yeah. Like, you used to get some nice tits. There's just too many people now and just too many.
What does that mean? There's too many fans for you?
Well,
there's too many followers.
There's too many followers to engage in.
And there's too many eyes who aren't following you looking just to see in case
that I don't care about. That I don't care about.
They're looking for you to trip up so they can fucking take a.
Yeah, but I have faith.
His name's Lurker Walt.
I have faith that I won't fuck up. I'm not worried about
I got him. He just fucked into my Star Wars trap.
Sprung!
Guys, when'd you put these bars in the sand? Yeah, but I learned, I was like, I got to take this down. It's not worth continuing the conversation. Because people don't have that thing, like, because I'm able to say, like, look, if that's what you like, good for you. You got it. But people don't like that. They're like, oh, you're a fucking pussy. Everything needs a happy ending and blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's because it's like you have to agree. It's right. Like there's like, and then we were talking about that earlier before the mics went on. Walt and I, it's like today's idea of a liberal is not that like, hey, let's discuss these like different ideas and diverging opinions and all this other shit. It's like today's liberal is like, if you don't agree with me, you're like, they're almost like conservatives. Like you're a fucking asshole.
Right.
And you're a fucking ignorant fucking slob, you're a misogynist, you're a homophobe, you're Islamophobe, or you're whatever the fuck phobe.
Yeah.
If you don't agree with what I'm saying, and it's like, wow, that's
and it's the attitude to, like it's the attitude too. If there's so many of them adopt that attitude, but they're not informed, so they're just saying stupid shit. And if you don't agree with it, like it's not worth it. It's just.
I was speaking of Star Wars. One thing though, before you get off to Star Wars.
Yeah.
I had this idea in jest when we saw the movie, but I gave it more thought though. I want to see what like, and actually I think it could have worked too if it happened. I made the joke that Disney bought Star Wars franchise for what was it, $4 billion?
Yeah,
$4 billion.
What if the U.S. government had bought it for $6?
Oh, I remember this.
Okay.
They bought Star Wars for $6, and then released a Star Wars movie like once a month.
You didn't say that. You said once a week at
once
first.
A week. Well, I thought that's a little outlandish stuff. Or let's say maybe it is once a week to whittle down the national deficit.
I guess I've heard worse ideas.
Right? Couldn't that have worked?
It sounds all right to me.
I don't know. It also sounded all right to Hitler and Leni Riefenstahl. You know?
Why Hitler didn't
making
want
propaganda movies and shit. You know, it's just weird if the government gets into like filmmaking. And
well,
shit.
they hire.
They hire everything.
You know what though, bud? You know why they don't have to do that? Because $4 billion sale, the government took $2 billion of that right away. They don't even need to worry about the fucking sale because they fucking tax everything at fucking 50% at that level. So that $4 billion that Lucas got, half of that right away goes to the government. So the government doesn't even need to make the fucking movies. They could sit back and let Disney make the movies and be like, oh, you guys put all this hard work into it? You guys did all this stuff? Let me just take half of that.
We want to wet our beaks.
And they don't have to fucking even do anything at all.
Well, that's what? You're not actually be a proponent of tearing down the taxes, are you?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Of course I am. 10%.
But like if the government had just
less.
owned Star Wars and it was just like Uncle Sam and Star Wars, that's what they were known for. To me, actually, the more I thought, I was like, why aren't I on the government board telling people like they should have went after that? Stop spending money on wars. Well, unless they're Star Wars.
Let me back up a second.
I'm in front of Congress, and I'm like, you guys should have brought Star Wars.
You see Walt on C-SPAN. The Walt Flanagan Pork Barrel Project, Star Wars, 52 movies in 52 weeks. Can it cure our national debt? Walt Flanagan says it can.
I don't know.
Would the interest level be as high for you if there was one a week?
Yeah, probably. I'd probably have something to do once a week.
If they came out with a second one, I think you'd be like, oh, you know what? I might just wait till video.
Yeah, I'll go see every Star Wars movie in theaters.
But you made the proclamation you will never see another Star Wars movie again. Or was it that you'll never watch this one?
I'll never watch that one again. Yeah. Yeah.
He was proclaiming shit, huh?
Yeah.
He was.
I was angry. I was fucking pissed.
Can you remember that Walty and a Tizzy, that episode?
Oh yeah.
You come up with a catchy thing for Q and a Tizzy.
Yeah, I was stung by this movie.
Yeah.
And then I have that thing where I'm like, am I the only sane man in the world? Because nobody fucking agrees with me, and I know I'm not wrong.
I agree with you.
Well, that night. That night when I was doing
if you had texted me like you promised me, you would have.
I thought I did.
Commiserated with you. Could have talked you off your ledge and told you.
Nobody agreed with me. Like now,
you'll find through time.
Well, that's what I said. People are going to start agreeing with me. That's what I said to you. Like, people haven't thought it through yet of how fucking depressing this makes Han Solo's backstory.
Yeah, they got excited because you're talking about legions of the faithful who go out like that first weekend.
I'm one of them.
Week. Yeah,
that was us.
That
was me, you, Gidim, and Jeff.
But like you say, like people are predisposed. They want to like it. They want like when you go to say a comedy show, it's like or a comedy movie. People laugh at shit that you're like, what the fuck are you laughing at? But it's because
they paid their money. I want to have a good time. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to convince myself it was good.
Yeah, we count on that in the Impractical Joker store.
Hey, we counted on here.
Yeah, right. But yeah, exactly. So people go in with this attitude of like, I'm going to love it, and to not love it is not an option. I'm going to love it.
There's Star Wars apologists. Aren't there?
There are. You're absolutely right. That's fucking annoying.
They're just as heinous as some of the other apologists out there, right, Brian?
Holocaust deniers.
There's a lot of TSD fans who are listening to this. Are like, these guys are so wrong. They loved it so much they can't believe
I know where they're hanging out. If you want to go read their comments, they're on Reddit.
Those fucking gray-haired fools. What do they know?
Exactly. Yeah, that Star Wars is not for them. It's for the younger crowd.
Yeah, it's for this generation.
It is.
That was also the last. That was also the last night. I was like, I won't go back on Reddit too.
Oh yeah, you gave that up too?
I'm done with Reddit too. Yeah.
Well, you saw something in there.
I noticed that people were being contrary just to get mentioned on the show. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. No. The opposite. You know how we only talk about bad things?
Oh, so they were even being more heinous?
Like, people were even like, but like shit that didn't even make, you were just like, and some people were calling them out. They were just like, you're obviously trying to get mentioned on the show. So I was like, I guess we'll leave this be too.
No, I don't ever want to talk about that site ever again.
I'm okay with that.
Pretend that it doesn't exist.
I'm not going back on. So yeah,
it's as fake to us as Quinn's Christmas was to his family.
But before we go, you guys did you give a shout out to your aunt who
I
helped
did,
you?
yeah.
And you gave a shout out to the
Joe. Thank you for the pop. This is actually one of the only Christmas gifts I've gotten this year. So thank you, Joe. Thank you.
And I just want to give a quick Merry Christmas. I know it's going to be a tough one, but out to JJ and his mom, Ramona.
Okay. JJ Abrams?
Yeah, no, certainly not him.
No, different JJ. But it's just leave it at that.
All right, sweet. So
quit prying, Jesus.
I don't care. My Christmas Day, I'm going to see Quentin Tarantino's movie.
Hateful Eight.
70 millimeter Manhattan.
It didn't affect your decision, right? Like that the script got leaked, all that other shit.
No,
like, was there ever a fucking moment where you were like, "Oh, I'm not going to go see it," or "I'm even going to read the script"?
No, not at all.
Of course, you're going to see it.
No, I'm having a good day. I'm going to go see Hateful Eight, and I'm going to dinner all by myself. I'm having all solo.
No
movie.
No. Really?
At least there's one solo left in this world.
Yeah, you got that right.
Him to go with you.
Get him?
Yeah.
I'll see if he wants to.
Why go by yourself when you have?
Well, he's got to get his way to Manhattan. If he can do that, then that's fine. Well, I don't know what he's.
He's trying to convince us of the seeing eye horses, seeing eye ponies.
Oh, it's
right?
True.
He's showing me pictures of not even a seeing eye dog, but like a fucking miniature pony that somebody's walking around with. And I'm like, how the fuck do you get into a restaurant and you're like, fuck you. I'm disabled. I'm just sitting here at Chili's with a fucking pony by my side. That's insane. And Walt's had a good point. He's like, he's shitting all over the floor.
Yeah.
And get him he was a pony shit apologist. He's like, it's not a big deal.
He said that horse shit smells far less heinous than dog shit.
Really?
He said it's not even in the same ballpark.
Yeah, I don't want a dog shit by me when I'm eating either. Anybody shit, really.
All right, so get him if you're listening to this.
But that's the kind of scintillating.
You're right.
Conversation you can have, not while the movie's going on, because he's very. Well, I don't know. He was trying. I saw him talking to you a couple times. And I wanted to be like he was on thin ice because I was like, you shouldn't be talking while the movie's on. But,
chided.
but I'm telling you, man.
I'll let you know.
He's like a human fucking Red Bull.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Just what I need. I'll pick up the movie and dinner. All you got to do is get yourself to Manhattan.
He's got your number, right?
He's got my number.
I'll tell him to text you.
All right.
I just love. It's like hang out with the guy. He thinks horse shit isn't that bad.
It's an interesting way to spend my Christmas, isn't it? Like just me and get him.
Tell him, Dave. The greatest Christmas movies of all time.
Oh, yeah.
This is easy. Puck nuts.
I'm going to say Wizard of Oz.
Fuck.
Spoken like a real Jew.
Ho, 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 ho.
Black Friday. In 5800, a dead asked for a Jaws board but got geese instead. Dangling Satan went to Disney but soon changed course when Sony 8 taped the Chens, then pending divorce. Can't email stalk girls in 92. Can't expect me to err on the size of a shoe. So you know Orlando's the true 1, true 3.
You'll always remember this pod, and maybe you'll remember me.
Ghost Pussy of Christmas past hates you too. Christmas future will be on the moon thanks to Q. Christmas present is on Bandcamp in November. Bride's getting clam stamps saying
Throbbing member.
Christmas time, go high, low on stats, or raise the stakes higher when you play for tats. Walt's running games and he's spouting facts. Q can't keep the Santa hats on his cats.
Peace on earth.
Christmas at the stash.
Can it be?
Black and sooty clash.
Years from now.
Seeing moonbeams.
Perhaps we'll see.
At the lake, good dreams. Act like Tiny Tim, but don't say Tiny Crutch, though. Babe, it's cold outside, but I don't wanna fuck, yo. Wasn't Mike or Jeff who played the kinky Xmas angle. Was Ming who tied his girlfriend up like he was Dr. Tangle. Sunday, Jeff. Getting the wrong bike ain't bad, just ask Ming.
Oh, my memories are pretty sad.
Little Cliff dreamed of Santa from his Christmas Eve bed, but hopes disappearing like a church's mini-golf shed. You'll hear holiday cheer as creaked out by Declan, like Christmas light tours with the Flanagan clan. A frightened black cat scared of Sage and Suzanne, and Sunday Jeff memories of the Tin Man.
Every child must be made aware.
The Black Pete is out there.
Every child must be made to
So Krampus
share.
beware. Father Blood's here to ruin your fun. If you see his hood of pubes, you'd better run. Fuck shit, bitch, cock cunt, come. Santa, wait, that wasn't me, it's my parasite tongue. Hollowed out a frog to fill with candy and corn. Played Ming stiletto heels like it's sound effect porn. Modded 34th Street, Santa gets a pass. Completely beat his rape truck pinching T-Nell fast. Cuddle up and stay warm in cold winter weather. Curl up next to Mike.
We have shared a bed together.
Was revealed in a prayer, eavesdrop and truce. Zapsik laid down with Ming as opposed to Rob Bruce.
I pray that my
And the
wish
stash wish too.
will come true.
It did with Ming's tattoo.
For my child
Tables on black
and your
list.
child too.
And now Edgar's pissed. Like keep counting pennies for mom's Christmas shoes. John Denver hoping daddy will lay off the booze. If Ming's pods were lost, all of history would switch.
Fuck the Holocaust and fuck you! I sell comics, bitch!
Get 'ems at the joint, trunk club close the styling. Frank Green deducts articulation points from Staten Island. Zen librarian thinks, but plug trees are great. And the elf on the shelf saw Sal masturbate. The North Pole Strip Club sells mince pies to eat. Please add me to your Christmas card Excel spreadsheet. Before I sign off, Adolf. Now I'm done. Q.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May we live on the moon forever.
It's out of this world.
That's your tell him Steve Dave moment right there.
Merry Christmas, Steve Dave.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.